Good morning. So today is Sunday the 27th of September, and on my to-do list I will be going over my monthly trading performance and doing my monthly reflections as well as my Q3 review. So we're coming towards the end of Q3 now and about to enter the last quarter of the year. So I have this entire day aside to just go over my monthly trades and my quarterly trades, how things were going, things that I also achieved outside of trading, things I need to work on bringing into Q4. So I thought I'd actually document the process. So if you guys are looking for a more of a how-to sort of trading video, then this isn't going to be the one, because this one's just more of a selfish video for myself so that I can look back on it, that I've documented it. So it'll be cool to look back in about 5 years time knowing that, okay, this is what my Q3 2020 was like. But first, let's go make a coffee. Right, first sip of coffee this morning. So good. Oh, cheers guys. Let's get cracking. So here's my thought process. Here's the game plan. I will be going over my monthly ASR first and then doing my monthly reflection off of all the trades that I've taken and my performance. And what do I mean by trading performance? Now, usually for me, the main metric of how well I'm performing is how much I'm sticking to my plan. How are my emotions during that period? And I kind of just talk about anything and I just sort of let it all out. This is all going to be up to you how you want to do it. But again, this is just my process of it. After doing my monthly reflections in ASR, then I will look at Q3 as a whole. And what usually I tend to ask myself, before I used to have a structure of questions, but now I kind of just do it intuitively. As well as that, I'm also looking back at my Q3 goals that I had set myself, looking at basically, did I achieve that? Did I not achieve that? Was that something unrealistic? Is that something I need to work on for Q4? I'm not too bummed out if I didn't achieve a goal, because I know that it's more so the internal work and a byproduct is that external goal. It just means that, okay, I've got more work to do, and that's a good thing, because you never want to be the person who thinks they've got it all figured out, because I think that's where things go horribly wrong and then you self-sabotage. As for where I do this, my actual system, that I use that on Notion. I do that on Notion, and it's the most basic template, and I don't even know if I've actually got one on my Notion's template gallery resource page that I made for you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna jump into it. Coffee's kicking in. Feeling good, and feel free to follow along. Set a day, a couple hours or whatever it may be aside to just think about your progress, look back, think of how far you've come, get that momentum going for the last quarter of the year. There's literally under 100 days until 2021, so let's prepare for that as well, and let's just bring new energy into the space, man. I'm just so excited. So yeah, I'm ready to get some work done. So I'll see you guys later on with my reflections. So I thought I'd share a couple of my trades that I missed from AU. So there was one on the 2nd and the 15th. Now, these trades banked 8.42%, but that's not exactly the main point of doing this sort of ASR. Now, the profit and loss or the percentage isn't so much the importance here. It's more so, how can you get involved next time? Was it something that you had missed? Did you hesitate? So when I do my other opportunities ASR, I have reasons here, and my reasons are either I was asleep, I hesitated, or I didn't forecast. All right, I'm just gonna sit back down so I can share my thought process. So there were two AU trades. One setup was formed while I was asleep, but then I didn't get involved at the 7 a.m. candle close. But then the other setup formed during late New York session, and the entry was just after spread hours. And for the first one, that bounced 5.35%, the reason was because I didn't forecast, because obviously the setup was forming while I was asleep. So there's two differences here. One, the setup formed while I was asleep, and the other one is that the entry was while I was asleep. So if the setup forms while I'm asleep, that's out of my control, and that's fine, I accept that. But then if the entry was a time where I could have got involved, then that's on me, and then that gives me reasoning to set a goal to like wake up a little bit earlier because I'm missing these trades, these entries. For the second one, the setup formed during late New York session. So I would have forecast that, because late New York session here is like 7, 8, 9, 10 or whatever, and then we have spread hours for me that's 9, 10, 11, and then the entry was at 1 a.m. So if a setup is forming, it's the battle between, do I want to stay up a little bit later to maybe catch that trade, to see if that materializes during when I would be asleep. This is something that I want to actually, test, like the win rate and the success rate of like the trades forming during late New York session, assuming that you're in UK, and then the entry just being after spread hours. So I can set myself a goal for when trades are forming, that's one thing, and then when the actual entry is. So more so, it gives me data and gives me confidence and competence to know that, okay, if an AU trade forms during spread hours, then it's worth staying up for. But again, this is something that's going to be relative to the individual, if they want to sleep or not, of course, if they have work the next day, if they have kids, they've got to do the school run, etc., etc. It's not going to be for everyone. But this is just my thought process now with two very similar scenarios, but also quite different. And this is sort of the level of detail that I go into when I'm looking at trades, and it's never just getting down about like, 5.3% or 8.42% I could have made. But it's not about that. It's always about like, okay, let's focus on the solution, reverse engineer how we can be better the next month, the next quarter, etc., etc. So I've just finished my monthly reflections, and there's a couple of trends that I'm seeing. There's a couple of things that are standing out to me as I'm doing it. And next I will be now looking into my Q3 goals, do my review, my whole entire Q3 reflection. So that was July, August, September period. And then just see how my progress has been externally and more importantly internally. So I've just finished writing up my Q3 reflections on my desktop, on my monitor. Feeling very blessed, very humbled about just the progress, and I think it's something that we all need to do as individuals, is to be able to look back and just see the progress we've made. It doesn't even have to be an external massive thing. It could be as simple as looking forward to waking up, or discovering something new about yourself. I thought I'd share a couple wins and a couple things that I want to work on in the future. A couple wins is that I was able to move out, took my first withdrawal, took my family out on my mum's birthday, which was in the beginning of August. I took my fam away for that weekend. It's just a time where we can all spend with each other, and that stuff fulfills me so much, and that brings a lot of warmth, and it's why I do what I do. What else? This isn't going to be a big deal to a lot of people, but for me it's just strengthening my faith, getting closer to God and building that relationship. I feel like, man, it's been a roller coaster, it's been a journey. A lot of coincidences happen ever since I took that step to just trust and see that as my truth, and to continually build that relationship and be patient in the journey. What else? So I think I mentioned in a previous video how I need to get my finances in check. I just wanted to lean down my finances and be able to track it better. So I've started to track all my expenses on all my cards, and all my accounts, which is now becoming a habit since I've got a system and a process for it. So I want to get that back in check in Q4. I've already started to lean down. And what else? And obviously I don't really set like outcome goals for trading. It's more so I'll analyze my trades and my performance and then set goals from there of what I need to do, rather than just setting like backtest this again, etc., etc. I think I'm at a stage where I want to just kind of refine a little bit more, rather than go that wide. I think when you're starting out, definitely cast your net wide, get as much info as you can, you know, backtest the pair 3, 4, 5 times. For me personally, in my journey, that I just want to refine and tweak a couple of things, test a few things for 3 main pairs, or at least a good set of pairs. I don't want to go too crazy on all 28 main pairs and just backtest for the sake of it, because everyone else is backtesting. So that pretty much just wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed following along my process, my thought process, while I sort of do my Q3 review, get ready for Q4. I have another massive win that I want to share with you guys, but I can't, and I will reveal that in the next video. There's not going to be a video this coming Sunday, so today is the 27th, so there will be a video on the 5th of October, which is a Monday. So I hope you guys are subscribed, because we're about to take things up a level and big things are coming. Hope you guys are all good and ready for the next quarter. I'll see you guys on Monday.